sideline everybody.
Sorry.
Kill the dragon.
Kill the dragon? Oh, it was a corpse dragon.
Again.
Yeah.
No, that was
Undead dragon.
earlier. That was beginning of the session, wasn't it? When I tried to drown a dragon.
Oh God, yeah, I forgot about that. The early part of the session.
Yes, we started with the battle on the Dwarven Island. Then you guys led the armies back to the Dwarven stronghold, which dispersed the enemy, freeing them to start reclaiming Lazurngor and clearing it of all their monsters. You, the party, in an audience with the High King and other high-ranking people from the other races, were told that you may be best serving the realm by doing what you've been doing, rather than being commanded and managed. Let you go off and do what you do best. So you was teleported to Locria, the Elven lands, where you met the member of the Order of Secrets, whose name was...
I've got a bit four. I'm going to go Quinro. Yeah, then we've got Ball Baron, who was Bob's family. Then I've got Crimson Guard, enemy lover. In El Shanta? No, it's home tree. I mean, it's home tree, so that's a location, if I remember rightly.
Gilthria Silver Gifts is her name.
Oh, the only name.
Well, or at least that's what you believed that person's name to be. And after she gave you the information which she was just talking about, she offered to teleport you to the capital, where you could speak to the Elvish leader, whose name we have just had there, which is Quinro Evalthon. And while the teleportation happened, you didn't end up exactly where you intended to. Hi, Harry!
Well, hello there.
Yes, you did not. You ended up somewhere completely different to where you was expecting. Seeing graves that had been dug with your names carved into tombstones, finding the town which you helped save and used as a kickoff point to go into the sealed dwarven. What was it? Was it an old? Was it a temple? I believe it was an old barracks. Yeah, but yeah, you found yourself back at that door, finding every one of the dwarfs that you had helped previously had been killed and raised as undead, and hearing screams coming from said dungeon. We'll call it dungeon because that's what it was. And then you decided to head back in to the place you didn't want to go. You killed a lich for the second time. This time you did search and find the
Phylactery.
phylactery, thank you. You searched and found one and destroyed it, and also saved the real Gilthria, who you found that the lich had disguised themselves as and tortured for, you're not sure exactly how long, but to get all the information out of her that the lich shared with you to gain your trust. And after saving, hi Joseph! And then after saving the young elf or the elvish woman,
There's an echo thing.
No.
So cute.
we've got another player, guys. Hi, Kelly. Hope you're okay. Family Haze.
They're all playing. It's amazing.
I mean, we are starting off with a D100 roll, but anyway, let's just carry on with a recap. But after rescuing her, she then teleported you back to her home. And that is where we will begin tonight's session, directly after teleporting back to her home and the place you teleported from, aiming for the capital.
Okie dokie. Not again. Keep it in the bank for next IRL, Scott. Next IRL, we'll have a flashback to Evalthon, and it's just an entire labyrinth of stairs for Sam to be traumatized by.
It's going to be one of the 3D pictures where the staircase, you're not sure if they're up and down constantly.
It's an MC Escher painting of going
Yep.
up the stairs and going down the stairs.
And if Sam falls, that will be Sam for the entire session, just falling constantly, never ending.
Everyone has to face their worst nightmare. Bograd's in a room with nothing to punch. Sam's in a building made entirely of stairs.
Eknam's on a floor full of grease.
Yes, Eknom's on a slip. Eknom's on a never-ending slip and slide.
Oh,
Dolian's got a bunch of stuff guarded by people he's not hard enough to fight. Yeah. What?
Oh god.
A desert? Like no water anywhere.
No, I went swimming in sand before.
I bet you thought it was a mirage.
I know, but I still went swimming in sand. Shoes. At least their shoes will have laces.
That's a good point. I have to think what Greg's greatest fear would be. I don't know what it would be.
Yeah, I cannot do it.
Bograd's just working an office job. It's like he can't fight anything. Customer service. That's Bograd's worst nightmare.
If you
Customer
want to
service.
punch holes in these Bibles.
Anyway, that's for next time in the IRL. So
Yeah, it's
you all, again, the teleportation spell. I like to feel you a little bit disorientated as you land and get to where you are. It always takes at least a few seconds for your vision and all your senses to really focus in and get back to normal. But you have been teleported back to this place. You see,
What's her name?
you see, Gilthria Silvergifts is standing there in the middle as you have a circle around her. She's teleported you all here, but she does look really bad condition. She looks skinny. Her clothes are all tattered and torn, and she's covered in scars, bruises, open wounds, and it does look like she has been through hell for a considerable amount of time.
Heal.
Can I
Heal.
call her?
Heal.
I want to make sure she's real.
Is that are you just gonna? Is that just to her?
Yeah.
How the I mean, I don't know.
You're gonna see fingers.
Oh yeah, no. Heal is a guaranteed 70 points of healing.
You're going to see fingers that are twisted and bent start cracking and bending back into place, and open cuts all over her body just start healing, and bruising going down, swelling going down, and as her body just starts looking a hell of a lot better. I mean, she's feeling a hell of a lot better, but still she does look skinny and her clothes are tattered, and even though you've fixed her physically, but mentally you can see this has taken a massive toll on her.
Quick, Hecknom, cast therapy.
I'm looking.
I'm like, Sam, get in that shack. She looks like she needs some breakfast. Everyone, breakfast makes everyone happier.
Or make her happy.
He mispronounced Shack.
Shack. Well, yeah.
Sam's going in and cooking breakfast in the pot that he has. Sam's cooking cooking a meal, because I don't think it's morning, but cool. Do you want to roll the hit points? Is it?
I think we're rolling our own chunks.
Everybody gets 3 temporary hit points.
That's a bit much use for a chocolate teapot, that is. Sam, this tastes a bit... Sam, this tastes a bit shit.
She's just taken 60. She's just taken 73 hit points. I mean, she is feeling great.
Sam made boiled water with a slice of lemon.
Well, Sam, I'm saying this one, I'll say it again.
The vegan option, and none of us are fond.
Oh, fuck it. I love it. There's a story behind every bad roll. Isn't that right?
It says your maximum hit points increases by that for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you are
Like
healed, then you can gain
your
back.
maximum goes up, and you get it as healing. So
Yeah.
if you gain 3, your total hit point maximum goes up by 3 as well.
Yeah, for 24
For 24 hours.
But best to do them as temporary hit points, but they can be healed back, I guess.
My God, that's... With the temporary hit points as well, I'm sitting at my normal maximum.
I'm 3 points over my normal maximum.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I think you arrived back at the Dwarven stronghold. I think we said that was early hours, like just as day was breaking, and that happened. Then you were teleported to where you went, and then teleported again. So there's not been a lot of travel. So I would say it's probably about 3-4 o'clock in the evening or afternoon.
Lunchtime. High tea.
She couldn't be more thankful that you guys saved her. So she's not looking uncomfortable, but she's definitely quiet.
Question: does she have any idea who we are? Because
She
we
does.
thought we'd met her, but we obviously met the Lich pretending to be her. So does she know us by reputation only? She's never actually been introduced to any of us.
As a member of the Order, they all kind of do keep in touch with.
So she's aware of us, but she doesn't know who we are. She's aware of us. She's heard of us. She can probably figure out from description who each of us are, but we've never actually met the woman. We think we did or we thought we did,
Yeah.
but we met the Lich instead.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
So
thank you very much. I feel much better now. Thank you. I don't know how many days I was in that place, but I can't tell you how thankful I am to be out of there. Are you who I think you are? I have been in touch with before I was kidnapped and all this happened to me, but your stories of you have been passed to me through other members of the Order. You must be Dan, Bogwood, Dolian, and Greg.
Resred.
Oh, sorry, Gresrig, yes.
Resred Hookran.
I'm sorry. But, Orgol and Ogwal and Simeon have not mentioned you before as she looks at Hegnom. Who are you?
I'm surprised they haven't. I'm Hecknom.
Well, I mean, I've not spoken to them for, again, I'm not sure how long, quite a while, because I couldn't contact them where I was.
I'm just going to pipe up and go, don't worry, he's only a dwarf.
I was thinking about this earlier, and I think it's only going to be a matter of weeks since Hecknom joined the party, really. So
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. He wasn't there the IRL before last, and that's only a month, I think, we canonically established.
yeah. So I would say, yeah, Hecknom's been with the party for 3 weeks. I mean, a hell of a lot has happened in that 3 weeks.
We've been through a lot in 3 weeks.
Yes.
Is possible for Resred maybe get a little rest in your home, please, lady? Because we haven't rested since, I think, have we?
Not needed to. No.
You show off just because you.
I don't know, Scott. Is it possible for us to get some sort of a rest?
According to mine, I took a hell of a hit.
Oh, you feeling a bit weak there, Bogrod? Feeling a bit tapped out?
No, I'm okay.
I mean, what is mine is yours. You feel free to stay and rest if you wish. I do think things that are happening here are not going to get better with time, though.
Do we need to be moving on swiftly? That's Bograd's question is: do we need to be moving on swiftly? That's yeah.
You wish to take a small rest. You find somewhere to. I don't have.
Kick our feet up and just
Yeah, I don't have enough
yeah.
beds for you all, but I mean, find a chair, find somewhere comfortable, and I mean, feel free to have a little nap if that's what you need.
Yes, but that's hit poison there.
That's it. So,
Yes. So yeah. Cool. So those who are resting will be resting, so they won't be involved in this little conversation. But those who aren't resting can have a conversation with her if that's what you wish to do. Yeah. Well, over the last several months, tensions have steadily been rising. I wish you got here sooner. If you'd have been here earlier, I think it may have been easier to you to unite all the elves, if that's what you're here for. But over the last it's true. But no, we got word that a person called Bane, who obviously I'm aware of, and I'm pretty sure you are aware of, but many people here, they have forgotten the old stories. So they were not aware of who this Bane and what he stands for and who he really is, but he came and quickly managed to gain favor with one of the more powerful houses in Locria. Yes, he seemed to rise quite quickly through their house, gaining quite a respectable position as an advisor to the head of the family. His name is Quilliman, I believe. Quilliman Crimsongard, and this entity's name was Kevan Murgard, and well, he started feeding us information of if we was to ally ourselves with his master, the elves themselves might find themselves in a much more powerful place than we had been. And though at first the numbers were low that was in support of this, but as the months went by, more and more supporters became more accepting to these ideas. And though not everybody is out saying it out in the open that they are willing to even consider these options, but again, there are many families standing against this idea and believing that we need to stick together with the other races of Evalthon as we have done in the past. Oh, yes. Bolbaran are a very noble family. They've been one of our rulers' biggest allies for centuries, as far back as any of us remember. They've always been to the right hand of the
Yes.
sorry. I've not heard of this Rob. Who is Rob?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, young Bob Balbaran. Yes. We haven't heard
Nice
from him
job
for
for
quite a
Robert.
while. Yeah.
Joined an army, as far as I can remember. fairly territorial, but
Yeah, but
yeah, I got a giggle out of Scott for that.
did he not
I'll take
leave one of the groups recently? I saw as well.
It was the Silvar one.
Silvar.
Yeah.
Oh, the dick.
I was half
but-
tempted to message him earlier about me starting back up in the new year and see what he's up to. Anyway,
Well,
that's for later.
Yeah, I am going to invite him potentially to see if he wants to join for the last 4 or 5 episodes.
Bring him out like, oh my god, it's Bob.
Yeah, I may ask him, reach out, but no, she was like, I would suggest
Reach out and touch
getting
base.
the support of the Balbarans. They may have more information, but maybe speaking to them first would definitely make life easier for you here. They have a lot of political power and well respected. They don't live too far from here, so
If Bograd was a part of this, he would have severe disbelief that Bob was useful in any capacity. Gosh darn it.
I'll tell you one last thing about the ball balance, because I do need to get some rest myself. I do feel much better, but I could definitely do with some sleep. The
Do you know how to
his
spell
name
slow?
is Balnan is the head of it would be Bob's father. Balnan, yes.
Balnan Baron. That's
Bob
the kid whose
Balbaron?
parents hated them.
Ooh.
Bob Allen, you know, bees running the family.
What was his name? Sorry, I'll try to write it down.
Balman, Balban.
Balnan.
Balnan.
Single L,
Balbaron.
single L or double L?
It is a single L.
Balnan.
Balnan.
Bob's dad.
Balnan.
Bob's dad. That's what Bogwood would have written down. Bob's dad.
It's what Dolian has written down.
He is one of the few people who knows some of the information that has been kept by me and my other order members. But for years, he has been speaking to me about times of old and the forgotten stories that have turned to myth, turned to legend, and eventually forgotten through generations. So he is aware of Bane and he is aware of what happened, but he's the only person who seemed to be interested, and he came to me asking advice, not knowing that I knew all these things. And over time, we have shared many ideas and stories. So he's a good man and can be trusted, and he knows more than most. I'm going to guess here, but I may be wrong, that as she makes her way into the house and walks over to her bed, she will find Greg sleeping in her bed.
I will sit up and put my woolly
Scooch
sock
over.
and knitted socks. My feet out
Greg-
the bed. I've been all over a bed, like, but I'll put my knitted socks back on.
I'm only asking because Greg does tend to get into people's beds.
Yeah, he does.
Only
does,
when he wants
yeah,
to
he
snuggle.
does.
Well,
Is Sam gonna try? Is Sam gonna try and seduce this elven woman? Oh, go on! It'd be really funny. Nobody says she has to do any of the work. We'll shy away from any further discussion about a victim and all of that, because it's going to get very, very wrong very, very fast. Yeah.
Yes. Hey, so far we go.
so she will give you directions to the Balboran place, which is she calls it
Ball
Did you hear that?
ball bag estate.
I mean, to be fair,
Disadvantage.
our Scottish did name a storm.
Ball
Hurricane
bag end. If this was the Halfling lands, he could have called it Ball Bag End, and that would have been brilliant.
He lives at, well, their estate is the Oshus Cathan. Thank you.
Look at you taking notes, Ali. Proud of you.
I'm just putting down Catherine Estate because I cannot write down that first word.
It is
For reference, for my future campaign, I will be taking notes as a DM for once.
O''SU.
It's you.
Space
OFU. Cheers, Scott.
KATHAN.
So we've got O''SU.
Space KATHAN.
KATAN. Oh.
KATHAN.
TH.
Cathan.
Sucker Cathan.
Cathan. Catan.
Oh,
Kathan.
Sorry, was it F for Freddy or S for sugar?
It's I tell you what.
I'm sorry, I can't
yes,
read.
I got it. Oh, apostrophe S-U space K-A-T-H-A-N.
You do insist on these incredible names, Scott.
This is why.
Yes.
This is why, like, this is why all the places in my campaigns are called, like, I don't know, Daveville or something. Something really simple.
So is that F for Freddy or S for sugar, Scott?
S for sugar.
I've got a funny
Osu
feeling.
Cathan.
I don't want Dragon's going to come up tonight.
For what it's worth, Scott, I very much appreciate the amount of effort you put into place names and people names because I never do any.
I will be honest. All I do is go on to Lingo Jam and go on Common to Elvish.
And just
And
type in what
then-
you want it to mean, and it gives you the name.
A rough idea of what it is. I mean, it's difficult because not every word
What
is
does Osu
translatable.
Cathan mean then?
Fuck you, estate.
It's nothing
Or back end
exciting.
estate.
Probably.
Ball bag, yes.
I've told you about if I was DMing, I'm having Officer Jenny at every place that everyone's going to have the same NPCs everywhere.
My next campaign, Angela's going to be coming up with names and stuff because I'm shite at it.
Everybody's called.
I mean, you
Steve.
say this, Ali, but we all know Angela writes half of your stuff for you.
Actually, that is completely wrong. It's a man called Claude.
Is that my area?
So
Yes.
I make it up on the spot.
all it means is because it's parents branch. So as it's Bob's dad, I just put in random things, words until something sounded cool.
I like
Fair
it.
enough.
So
I
Osan
love that.
Calf, spelt with 5 Fs.
Oh my god, are we getting lore? We're getting lore.
F's
my
or
God.
S's.
But but yes, she will give you a rough idea of where you'd be. Well, the quickest route to get there. Right, I want a bit of all information, but yeah. So, if you wish, you can start making your way downtown.
Downtown.
Are we walking fast? The faces pass.
so.
I mean, we know we're not homebound.
I'm just going. I mean, no, it's one of them. As I'm walking, I'm just going to be like, so guys, do you think Bob's from a family of really, really poor archers, or do you think he was just intimidated with my skill?
I think.
I don't think he was a poor archer. I just think he was a bad ranger.
No. Says the man that's taken more arrows from me than anyone else.
I'm intimidated by
Yeah,
your skills,
that's
Elian.
a negative for you. It's like you're supposed to hit the enemy.
I mean, I'm going to get. I'm
Wait,
gonna
we're going there.
Craig, you can have some inspiration for that. I like that. That was funny.
What did Craig say? Sorry.
Come on, Craig.
Like Craig uses like thumbs up stickers and shit.
I do what?
That thing where you press the thing and it comes up on you.
I've
Thing.
not pressed any things.
Doesn't do that for me.
I have no idea.
Oh,
Amazing. Professional.
Shannon, unbeliever.
Thanks, Scott. I've already got inspiration.
Yes.
'cause
Oh,
I
No, it,
know
it
about
doesn't
this
carry over
version.
anymore.
So,
Apparently.
so guys, what do you think Bob's dad's
No,
going
it
to be
does.
like? If Bob was anything like, what do you think Bob's dad's going to be like? You think he?
Short brunette.
Do you think
I'll
he's going to be horrible because Bob was so nice?
I'll be honest, Dolian, I was more worried how your sister was.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he
that is a fair point. We never reconciled what was going on with Dolian's sister.
no, because DM magic happened. As far as I'm aware, she is safe for now, and we've got her in hiding. And
I feel so bad. We've been very, very distracted so far.
Okay, so okay, so you're traveling and chatting. That's fine. I quite like you chatting while you're walking. It's
This is kind
role-playing.
of in my mind. This is what the party are doing en route to a location. Is we're just
Yeah.
all talking shit, but it seems like we're detracting away from.
No, I like this.
No, I know, I know. Like in the canon, that's what we're doing, really. But it feels like we're just talking shit. You know what I mean?
Would that
You can
not
roll
be
a dice
what
if you
a
want,
group
Graham.
of friends would do as they were traveling together anyway?
So let's get back to it. So we got there.
so are we there yet? Julian's talking a lot of shit about Bob. And
This is why Choo Choo is sometimes. You're just like, okay. Hey, anyway, you're there now. Yeah.
I applaud the choo-choo. We are a group that needs choo-chooed sometimes.
I'm a fan of when it's you're going from place to place. Okay, Choo Choo, you're there. 'Cause-
Otherwise, you get Dolian asking, "What do you think Bob's
Ooh,
family's like?"
pretty.
But conversations we wouldn't have normally.
Pretty.
we can
Ooh,
have those conversations not in the middle of a 2 to 3 hour session.
Oh, I know. Oh, I see.
Ooh. Hey,
Not
there's an
too-
anus in the middle of the screen.
Hmm.
Top left.
Top left. Paint me a word picture, Daddy.
My first question was: Is the center thing the internal of like a giant tree?
Yeah,
Or is
it
it-
is it's a group of trees
Yeah,
that are all sort of linked together. But yeah, you're seeing like the internal structures.
we're seeing the internal. Yeah, that was my in-game question. Like for you, is are they the internals of big trees? Because that's what they look
Yes.
like. They don't just all live on like
They're not all stumps.
yeah, basically they're not stumps of trees that people are on top of. It's like they've taken up root in a really deforested area.
Question: would Sam be scared of that big green thing if it's going up into the sky? If it's what I think it is.
It's
I'm
inside of
hoping
a tree.
it's one of
It's inside of a
Yeah,
tree.
you
so-
won't be able to see that at the moment.
I was hoping it'd be one of those bouncy things from the cloud giant people.
So,
Scott,
yeah,
Paint us a word
yeah,
picture.
God, we're all terrible.
You leave Gilthia's house and follow the directions she's given you. And it's not easy to find as you're in a heavily wooded area. You're walking down worn tracks rather than paved roads and whatnot. But it takes a little while, about 45 minutes to an hour to walk along here through this. But as you're getting closer and closer, you do see a huge tree that just seems to be towering over everything, and that is one of the indications that you was given that you'd be in the right place. And as you get closer, heading towards this tree, you see the tree line sort of start to thin out, and as you break through the little forest there, you see that there is a small clearing here with a huge tree in the center and several smaller trees, but you see these sort of like rope bridges suspended between the trees at different levels, different heights that seem to give them passage to walk around. But in a sense, it kind of looks like a huge house, but inside trees.
Main door.
At the moment, there would be no welcome party, as nobody knows you're heading there.
Guards.
You don't see anybody patrolling as such. As you was told before, Sam would have heard, but there's not. The place isn't at war. There's no like internal fighting at the minute. It's more of a. See, the way you would understand it as people rather than as these characters, it's kind of like a Cold War going on at the moment, where you've got the followers of the people who are listening to Bane's supporter, those who are wanting to continue with Evalthon as a whole and following the High King if he was to summon them, but nobody wants to fire any shots. It seems like it's a stalemate at the minute. So there's not been any physical altercations, but there's been a lot of arguments, a lot of discussions, a lot of disagreements, and tension is definitely high. But they don't seem to be on guard of physical attacks. So there's no guards wandering around. There's no
Here you
really
go.
huge defensive measures at the moment. I think coming in from that direction there, you wouldn't see anybody.
Hoo-hoo.
I mean, I'd feel bad breaking into this place, believe it or not.
Why break him? Why not?
I mean, are we breaking? Are we breaking in? Is it a secured area?
Well, I mean,
Is there an open gate for us to just wander through, or
there is an opening on the map that you should be able to see. I don't know if you can make it out.
There,
It
yeah.
is there, yeah. So
but so the bridges are big bridges that would be skyward, so we'd be able to go underneath the bridges.
You'd be walking underneath the bridges, yeah. There seem to be
They're elevated bridges above our head level.
Variety of different levels, and
so this is like a tree-based environment. So we've essentially stumbled upon an area of lots of trees all linked together by interconnecting bridges with no visible guards.
Yeah.
And is that the moat around it, or
the
can
top central tree has a front door.
There
Is
is one door.
Is it a stream, a river, or
It's a very slow flowing river, like not a big wide river. It's bigger than a little
slightly
stream,
bigger than a
but-
stream, slightly smaller than a river.
Yeah, it's just- but it's
I
just-
get you.
constant water that's plowing through, which is a great place to
Just
set up
free flowing fresh water that they can use, and so on and so forth. No, that makes
Yes.
sense.
Good one.
So then our first move, I assume, as a group, would be to say, let's find an someone, let's find an entry point, let's find someone we can talk to and announce our presence.
Yeah.
Yes, of
We don't
course.
want to sneak in, right? We're not looking to sneak into this place. We're
No,
looking
no,
to
no.
speak to the man in charge. So we're not being sneaky, we're not being weird, we're not being subterfuge. We're just
Oh, you mean I can't be myself?
Greg would like to shout as loud as he can, Mr. Bowman, sir. Hoo hoo. Hello.
we're all approaching, going, Balnan, Balnan, Balnan,
So you will see
Balnan.
an elf walk around the base of this tree over here, like looking to where the loud voice is shouting.
Look,
No.
look, is that Mr. Bowman, sir?
How am I meant to know, Greg? Have I met the man before?
Hello.
Hello, are you hello, are you Balnan? Is he ginger and Scottish? If not, he's not Balnan.
Ach, no.
That felt like a hit.
I can
that's
do it worse,
racist.
but I can do it worse for longer. It's okay, guys.
Oh, I like that.
I have no shame.
Oh, go on. Let's make Scott do bare Scottish accents for the rest of them.
Was that supposed to be Scottish?
Not yet.
I
He's not
think
Ball
so.
Baron.
Okay, it's not you.
That
Oh.
guy's not Scottish. He's just got a weird voice.
I mean, for all you know, Bob was dropped as a child and then had that, what is it, foreign accent.
Yeah,
syndrome.
yeah. His dad's posh British.
Posh English, we prefer the term.
Excuse me, sir. Hello there. How are you?
Yeah, but you're not English.
Fine, thank you.
We're looking
What?
for Mr. Balbaron, sir.
Oh, you're in the right place. This is his home. Is he expecting you?
I
I'm
love
not
the
sure,
Greg is
but
the
he knows
voice
who
of
we are.
this.
He knows who you are. Who shall I tell him is here to see him?
Tell him it's the heroes of old.
No, the heroes of now.
The heroes of Evalthon. We're reprising the heroes of old.
What's up, friend?
And Hecknom.
Your friends
Can
in Bob.
I make a suggestion?
And Dave.
Can I make a suggestion? I mean, I know I don't know you guys, but maybe shorten the name. It's a bit tricky to say heroes of old, heroes of new, heroes of
Okay.
Evalthon.
Oh my god, if we're the heroes of Evalthon with a hose.
Have you only just realised that?
I've been on boats.
I have enjoyed calling you guys the heroes of Evalthon for quite some time.
I've only just put the fucking acronym together.
Yep.
Oh my fucking god. With a hose.
Oh, we're flying that above the ship from now on.
If you guys would like to,
Can I have inspiration for being the first person to figure that fucking out after 2 fucking years?
I think that's fair. Yes, have inspiration for spelling.
That sounds appropriate for Bogart.
So, Mr. Sir, can you
Oh,
tell
Jesus
Mr.
Christ.
Can you tell Mr. Bellman that Bob's friends are here?
Friends is a strong term.
Shut up, yeah.
You will see. I mean, he wasn't stern or anything, but you'll see when you mention being Bob's friend,
Being
a
hosed.
smile comes on his face. Young Master Bob, like you're friends of his, I'm sure. Sure, my lord would love to see you. Bear with me 1 second. I will go and let him
With
know of
Bob's
your
hose.
arrival.
Can we cross this water while we wait? Is there a bridge or do we walk through?
It's very slow moving. You should be fine to walk through. Don't worry.
Run and jump, run and jump.
Slip and slide.
Who's running and jumping?
Running and
Is it-
jumping.
Can I
Heck
do
no.
a quick acrobatics or athletics, whichever you prefer?
I prefer acrobatics because I've only got 1 in that.
Roll the 2.
Yes.
You have never seen Hecknon look so fantastic.
I like the idea of that. I would like to try. I would like to join him with that one.
I love the idea that Hecknom chose to try and jump a puddle.
Lands it.
Run and jump, run and. So
Does Salmon emote that out loud? Bogward picks up Sam and jumps across the water.
Or is he just
Yeah,
flinging
yeah,
off his
sod it.
shoulder?
Well, yeah. Bridal style. Rolled a 3,
Fine,
scored a
I'll do
20.
it.
I'll take.
I'm drowning! I'm drowning! I'm drowning! I'm drowning! Guys, I'm drowning!
Stand up
I'm
before
drowning!
your ankles.
I'm drowning!
Dolian drowning in a
I mean,
slow-moving
Dolian
forest
doesn't
river.
actually fall in. Dolian goes to jump over and lands ankle deep in the water, but yes, has a panic attack.
Yes.
But you guys are waiting by the entrance here, and a minute or two goes by, and same guard comes marching out, but next to him, you see this. He looks a lot like Bob, just older, chiseled, good looks. You know how some men age really, really well. Well, Bob's dad is one of them guys. He looks
Hello,
very,
Mr.
very
George
good.
Clooney.
Hoy ho there.
He's the Paul Hollywood of elves.
Oh, oh.
It's the
It's the
art.
Bradley Cooper of elves. Bradley.
Wait, as long as he doesn't sing.
Don't worry, I can. Oh no, I was only messing. Oh, it's sexy Sam.
Yeah, it's the right Sam token.
Oh, fuck off emails. Go away.
I mean, you don't need to move your token. Bogwood should be moving your token.
I'm
Sam,
signed in
maybe
as player,
you
not
can
GM, so I can't.
But yes, so he comes striding out, looking magnificent. Looks strong. He does have that like aura of authority about him as he steps out, and
Greg would like to prod him to make sure he's real.
For God's sake.
Can I stop one at
But
least one of
well, yeah, I mean, you grab Greg's hand,
Greg's doing it very slowly.
and then you grab. I'll just say you grab Sam, because it wasn't his hand. I'm guessing that he was prodding him with. But no. So he comes straight out and says, "I understand you're friends of Bob. Pleasure to meet you all."
You're a very handsome man.
Can Bogwood
Yes,
look
Simon.
around confused, like, who's Bob?
Rob,
Rob, you called him Rob.
Oh, okay, Rob. Yeah, no, I like Rob. Rob's a good guy.
Bad archer, but good man.
He was good people. Bob is good people.
we are hoes here to assist.
Roll deception.
So I just
Just found out I'm a hoe.
BRB.
No, B.O.B. First of all, do you like your son?
I'm just testing Bob's arrows. He wasn't a bad archer.
No, but Dolian and him had a friendly rivalry with
I
when he came
know.
to archery.
But no, so I'm just he's not even that high a level, is he? Obviously, but well, what have you been doing to make you all so giddy? I would love to hear more and hear more about your adventures with Bob. I mean, feel free to. Would you care to join me for a glass of for a
Bobby,
flagon of honeyed wine?
Oh, like a bit of honey and wine, good sir.
Please.
Can we just stay here, guys?
Isn't Bogwood the one that likes his wine, drinks
Oh,
with his pinky up? Is that
Yes,
Bogwood?
that's Bogwood. Bogwood's a canonical wine
Wine
drinker.
connoisseur.
So he will lead you in, and he will lead you through to this room that you can see him in. But you'll enter through here, and as you do, there's a bit of a spiral staircase that leads around the outside of this, like the interior of this tree trunk that leads you up to this bridge here, which you can walk across, and it seems to be a place where
Is it
there's
bouncy?
tables.
Can I hold the sides and wobble it a bit? Make sure it's safe.
Yeah, I mean it is very safe. It's
Bouncy, 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 na, na, na.
I'm just going to roll for Constitution while you're bouncing up and down on it.
You're fine.
You're fine.
You're fine. You're fine.
Hecknon was feeling a little bit seasick, but he got over it.
He's invited you all in for some honey wine, Bograd.
Some meat.
I'm there. Sorry, I need to pee.
As you all take seats around the table, you see this elf is going to disappear as Balnan says, fetch some of our finest honey wine for our guests. These are friends of Bob.
Rob.
And he hurries away. And as he says, so please, tell me more. I mean, have you seen Bob recently?
It's been
No.
been a few months since we've seen Bob, unfortunately.
No, hang on. I think canonically, did we see Bob recently?
Like 2 months ago, I think.
Yeah, so that you're
There
talking.
was the session that Callum, Chris, and Ryan came back for
Wasn't that
briefly. How long ago was that?
No, that was a one shot.
Was a one
Oh,
shot.
was shit. Sorry, I'm. There's that
It's
many
okay.
things. I can't
Yeah.
remember what was where. For some
The
reason, I
last
thought
time
that
you
was an
saw-
I thought for some reason I thought that was an Evalthon session.
The last time you did see Bob. Bob was Bob there? I don't think Bob was there, but
I don't think you mentioned Bob for the IRL session I was there
Ah.
for. Maybe Butch could have told us how Bob was doing, but
No, I
don't
think
think
that's
he was
what we
there.
got from Butch, but it was very like glossed over because we were doing things. But last I definitely remember was we parted way with Bob because he was going to go up further north and spy.
It was pre-island. It was pre it was pre-Ick Geth.
It's when we were in
'Cause
Lazar.
then-
It was pre-Hecknom.
Then we found Hecknom. Yeah,
It
we found
was-
Hecknom at Ick Geth, so it was definitely pre-Ick Geth.
Yeah, it was
seems
Lazar
to-
Gurd that we lost him.
It's been a while. Have
It
you
was
heard
no,
from him?
it was the IRL beforehand because he come running out of the tree line towards
With
the little
Greg's
town,
sister.
and there was no on his own
No.
with some other with some dwarves, and that's when there was a fight with some giants.
Yeah.
And then you did the IRL session. Then we headed to the island, and that's when
How long
He
ago
was-
was that, Ruz?
if-
Canonically, roughly
6
how long
weeks.
ago? A
if
few weeks?
If Hecknom's been with the party 3 weeks, it was Hecknom was sent to deliver a message to Bob, and he stayed, and Bob left. So about 3, give or take 3-4 weeks most.
So Hecknom saw him
Wait.
3 or 4 weeks ago. Hecknom saw him 3 or 4 weeks ago. We maybe saw him 6 or 7
no.
weeks ago.
No,
No,
because
we
he
saw
was
him.
the Ice Hydra island, which when you fought the ice stuff. He was guarding the boat because obviously Callum wasn't present. So
Yes, he was.
yeah, so
right,
he was on the boat while you guys were doing things, and then
Yeah.
Hecknom came and passed a message on to
Yep.
Bob.
And then Bob
but
announced he had to go back and deal with other things.
He
Yeah.
had to head back to Alibi. I think we said because his mother Simeon had sent Hecknom to send
Basically to
message to
fetch Bob and send him back and in a sense replace him.
to help the party in any way he could.
Yes.
I'm with
so
you now. So about 4 weeks. That's not that long ago.
No, but as you all know, a lot can happen in 4 weeks.
A lot can happen.
Yeah.
So we say to Bob's dad, it was approximately 4 weeks ago that we saw Bob last. He was headed to Alibi.
Alibi, you say? Oh. I can only imagine he's going back to see his mother potentially. She lives in Alibi.
Hecknon will know more.
I only saw him briefly to pass on a message. I don't can barely remember what he looked like.
He looks a bit like this, but a little bit younger, a little less experienced. I love my son very much, but we pride ourselves as rangers here on our abilities to mark our prey when we're hunting. He never seemed to master that skill.
You take after his mother on that one.
Well, as long as he was fine last time you saw him, I understand he's been helping you quite some time. I would love to hear some stories. I'm sure you've seen a lot, and you know what's.
He was in and out.
In a very nice way, sir. Can we do this another time? Because we kind of need to assist you. We need to get into the village and we need you to help us. Because apparently people here are not going to like us very much.
Oh, I don't believe they won't like you. I think it's more they won't trust you. I mean, you must be aware that the elves have closed their borders for the last.
Why we are here to
several-
help. That's what us hoes do.
You're here to help. Hoes, you say?
Yes, we want to make peace.
Those I've come across in my
Piece
time
of
didn't
them
make peace.
hoes.
They made love.
Peas.
But I mean, I can get you an audience with our ruler if you wish. But
And how to get them to trust us? What can we do to prove ourselves?
I mean,
Can Bograd at this point speak up and just go, okay, look. Bograd is sick of having to prove himself everywhere we go. Everywhere we go, we turn up, and the people there say, how do we know we can trust you? How do we know you're here to help? Then we have to go do a thing, prove that we're heroes, win everybody over, during which time we all get stabbed a bit. It's getting droll.
I mean, friends of my son, you have my trust already. You do not need to prove yourself here.
Thank you. What is going on in your land? How do we kill it? How do we gain your freedom? How do we win? How do we move on? This isn't me, by the way, just for reference. It's not me being bored. This is Bograd saying he's fed up of everywhere we go. We have to prove ourselves to whoever the indigent species are before they will accept our help.
To be fair, I think that's only ever happened in the Dwarven lands, but carry on, that cat, sorry.
Oh, do we? I don't.
Yes.
Didn't Sam see it?
I can't say. He will, as soon as you say that bit, yes. Many, many years it took me to work out how my child could have a mark like that. It wasn't by accident. You know who he is then, or you know where he comes from. Well, I've spent many days with Gilfria talking about this vile family, the Bane family, and everything they did all those years ago, centuries ago. but not many people know those stories, let alone believe them. What we have here is exactly. We have here people who know firsthand what has gone on, and also know firsthand what is happening. Your experience, your voices alone, may be enough to dispel any thoughts that this Bane is a good person. You alone may be the biggest weapon that we have to free the elves. I mean, I do not ask you, I do not believe you need to prove yourself. And you, my orc friend, I understand you may have had some tougher times, but is that not what shapes a hero? Going through adversity and coming through the other end, all those challenging times have made you the warrior you are today. And obviously, it seems that you've always proved yourself to be worthy of being a hero. But if you wish, I will be a.
Sorry, was that a Bograd or Greg? Sorry.
A Bogwood after Bogwood saying he's sick of having to prove himself. He's saying this.
Oh yeah. No, that's fine. I just double checking. No, we have been through a lot. Bane murdered my family.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And Greg's mother.
I think he's killed a lot of people. Even if it wasn't by his own hands, there is much blood on his hands.
Did any of them have to hear it via sending stone?
Really sorry that happened to you. That must be horrible. I guess that drives you now. You take strength from that.
I'm fairly over it. I have a gnomish wife now. I don't know if I did or not. I can't. I don't think we did.
No, you're not married, but a long distance relationship.
Long distance, like 7-week-old relationship.
I can arrange a meeting if you wish. I'm sure our leader would love to hear what has been happening, what you have been through, what you have seen, and perhaps you can tell others of what is really happening outside. We shut our borders. We have not received much word from the outside world, so if you wish, I can arrange a meeting with the Gwynro Everfond. If you wish, we will. We can head to NAL Shanta if you wish.
Please.
Again, what has happened in other places doesn't always happen everywhere you go. There will be no need to prove yourself, but as I say, your just stories of your adventures, of your experiences, what you've seen, what has happened. That might be a very powerful tool in not proving yourself, but maybe putting taking the shadow over what's happening in the world and bringing what Bane and his supporters are into the light, and maybe letting other elves see that promises that have been made may not be made for the well-being of other elvish folk.
Can I question, what are the promises being made to the elvish folk by the Bane conglomerate?
It's Kevin Murgard, who believed himself to be of noble birth. He has claimed that if we join with Bane, Bane will not step foot in the Elven lands. We would regain full rule of our own, of our kind, of our lands.
So he and his people are offering self-preservation and self-preservation alone.
Cowards.
and the gift of wealth and knowledge and more territories than we currently have.
Wealth,
Although-
knowledge, and territory is all stolen from the other people that they have decimated and made subservient.
This is why I stand firmly against.
And your people are on board with that.
Fortunately, the numbers have been swelling since he turned up. It was a small number to begin with, but he has a way of stirring up a crowd, and they're gathering more and more followers. I think with the threat of elven lives being lost and self-preservation, a lot of elves.
Do Bane's
see
forces
themselves
have a
as slightly
presence
better.
somewhere in your lands?
Pardon?
Do Bane's forces have a presence central, like a home base, a hub?
The only man of Banes I know that stand in Locria is this Kenan Murgard who lives.
And where do we find and kill him?
Speaking of proving yourself, if that's what you feel you need to do, I believe you're killing somebody who does hold some influence over a large number of elves. Killing him may, in fact, prove to them that
I
that
don't
we
know,
are the
Sam.
aggressors.
I don't.
Perhaps.
I don't.
Sorry.
No, you go. I was interrupting you.
No, please continue.
Can we
Like-
invite him to a peace treaty?
As a worst case scenario, elimination could be possible if we are clever about it. Oh, we can. We just
Why
usually choose not
eliminate?
to be.
Why not just try to change his mind and
I
get
mean,
him?
I
back?
cannot.
I'm all for one for trying the peaceful approach. I'm happy to do that, but I believe
Oh, don't go down easy.
this situation may need.
Can we have an ad hoc group huddle?
Yeah. Dad hug. Dad huddle.
Ad hoc group huddle?
Yeah.
I'm asking Scott. Can we
Yeah,
have
I
an
mean,
ad hoc group huddle?
If you ask,
Can we just say
if
to
you
him,
can
like,
have a.
just bear with us one moment while we confer amongst ourselves?
Right,
and have
Scott,
an ad
fuck off
hoc
for 5
group
minutes.
huddle.
Please, Mr. Man, can you?
No,
I'll leave it.
I'll leave it. Yeah, screw it. Yeah, screw it. Let's meta for one moment while Scott's got his headphones off. So obviously we can't then, based on what Scott said, just go and murder the dude that's trying to recruit forces for Bane.
I
mean, we're definitely going to do that, but it's how do
no.
we go? But how do we go about it? Because
we need to be we need to be clever
We don't
and use
murder him.
shit like poison or we need to be.
I'm feeling peace treaty in like a massive, like a local election debate where they get two opposing people that have like a big conversation in front of the local populace.
Yes, that's where this is headed.
Something like that, where they all seem like absolute lunatics, and it eventually ends up in us murdering them and winning everybody over.
And we spell
Is
sniper someone from
kind of
1300
my
miles away.
theory.
I think we get him in a public area and let him throw the first attack. And then
Yeah,
we
that's
just-
what I'm saying. Like we need to like get him in, so it's like peace talks. We know full well we're going to murder him, so we set a few of our stealthier people in the crowd or in the wings, sort of around somewhere.
we
A
could
couple of our
probably-
less stealthier
we could
people.
probably easily attack him, knock him out to start with.
I will say that if we need someone to like fire something from the shadows, I have an ability that lets me do that, and if I miss, they can't tell where it came from.
And he seems like the bad guy
Yeah.
because he's randomly attacking a peaceful conglomeration.
Zone of Truth.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes.
I've got Calm Emotions, got Zone of Truth.
I mean, Dolian's probably, if it's going to be a talking thing and Dolian opens his mouth, he is probably going to launch into full-on Braveheart speech of you're selling your soul.
Dolian's going to go, this guy's an absolute wanker. Why are you following him? If you do, we'll kill you all.
Dolian's not that bad.
I would like, if you're going to do it in a talky way, I would like to show that we are being honest and truthful by casting Zone of Truth on both of you that are talking.
Yeah.
So that everybody that's listening knows that we're not lying and that we can't lie.
Yes.
And I mean, I'm not saying this for me or because of me, but I think sticking Dolian at the front would be a bad idea.
No.
Hecknom would be a very good voice of reason because he's a very good, calm voice of reason.
Sam's used to
Sam's used. I mean, the daft thing is, like, Sam's the bard. He's the person you'd expect to do the talking.
I've got a better charisma.
But he's a little bit too sexy with it. Greg, because he's a sorcerer, very high charisma.
Greg's going to stand in a corner and concentrate on Zone of Truth.
But Greg's doing the Zone of Truth. So either Hecknom or Bogrud for being... I think Hecknom and Bogrud as the speaker and bodyguard. So stick Hecknom at front to speak, Bogrud backing him up.
Dolian hiding in the shadow.
He has got wisdom, so he's very insightful to know if it's truthful or not.
Bogrud has no wisdom and a little bit of charisma, so maybe Bogrud as the speaker.
And Hecknom tells him how truthful he's being.
Hecknom is there as like the lie detector.
Yeah.
And also then if it goes to pot, Dolian has to launch off like what looks like an aggressive attack from the other side.
And
Bogrud can take the hit.
Yeah.
And be okay with it. So
So who's asking the questions? Who we got?
Bogrud, I think then Bogrud's going to speak. Hecknom's going to insight and whisper in his ear about how truthful and honest people are being.
Provided that he lets us have this meeting.
Provided he lets us have this meeting, yeah. And then if it all goes to pot, Dolian pretends he's firing from their side at Bogrud. Bogrud takes the hit, and it's like, oh my god, we've been attacked by the other side.
I mean, that's got Nat 1 and hitting the wrong guy all over it.
I've got inspiration, it's fine.
But it could be a Nat 1 and Bogrud just jumps in the way.
Like it.
But in character, Bogrud and Hecknom are not going to know who's fired the shot. They're not going to know that part of the plan.
Oh, no, we won't know that. No.
Oh, Dolian's going to love this.
But because we're in Zone of Truth, Bogrud will be openly truthful and he will speak brutal truths. So it's like, well, what are you guys doing? It's like, well, we're stopping Bane and his followers because they're evil and blah, blah, blah.
Oh.
So Sam, I think Sam should. Could we maybe somehow try and slip Sam in behind enemy lines, all disguised up as a Bane follower?
Going, like, in the crowd, whispering.
Disguised up as a Baneite, whispering in their ears, trying to drum up everybody. Like, do you know what? This other team, they're making a really good fucking point. Like, why are we doing this? Just because we've been told to? And like just dropping earworms, sowing a bit of discord in the supporters. So when shit does go south, if it goes south, maybe half of the supporters are like, actually, we're on this side now because they're making a better case.
Yes, like
probably.
Oh.
So we need to ask Bob's dad then to arrange an audience.
Yeah. Plan solved. Impromptu ad hoc.
Thumbs up, everyone.
A audience with whom? Sorry.
Scott listened to every word.
No, I turned the volume down to 0, took my headphones off. I honestly did not hear a word any of you that you said.
We would like to ask Bob's dad to arrange, if we can, a bit of a tete-a-tete with what's it, Crimson Guard, that is the voice of Bane's forces in this land. If we can
In a
arrange,
very public place with as many people as possible.
like a public debate between our side and theirs.
Think American election kind of debate. That kind of level.
Trump v. Biden, sort of.
I mean, that seems relatively simple to do. If we go down to speak to Queen Ale, she will be able to arrange a conclave.
That's the word we want.
If that's what you wish,
We
I
do.
believe that would be the best course of action anyway. I will send messages ahead, and we can start traveling as soon as we're ready, and within a day we will be able to. If she summons all the nobles, they will all arrive really promptly. Within a day, we could be having a conclave with all the nobles. So yes, by all means. And so yeah, if that's what you wish to do,
yeah.
He sends messages ahead, and
Can we also have more wine? It is very nice.
have as much as you would like. So it's
Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that.
have as much as you like. How much wine is Greg drinking?
He's not on a sesh, but he's on a bit of a sesh.
He's had a few. I'm guessing then. More than a few.
Hecknom's joining in.
Oh, I'm fine. Don't worry.
Greg is fine. This is really nice, strong wine, but Greg is really enjoying it. Come on, drinkers. Sam, you are talking to Balnan. You are your son. You look like your son, and you know Sam is slurring, and you know. Hecknom's feeling a little bit tipsy, which is what I've been informed today that my son has been while he's been at uni. As he said the words, I've not been blackout drunk, but I've been very tipsy.
Oh, he's been happy. Nah, good lad. Good lad.
And Dolian, yeah, you're enjoying this as well. I mean, Graham's just joined us back, so I imagine he, being a connoisseur of wine, he's drinking the wine, especially after Baldan said drink as much as you wish. So if Bogwood wants to roll as a con save, if he's drinking the wine heavily, and I mean, you probably have something like a plus 42 to it, so I'm sure you'll be fine. But
+7. Only a +7.
yeah, but are you?
And it's a 9, so I rolled a 2.
But is Bogwood knocking it back, or as Angelus, as Greg said, are you enjoying and savouring and tasting the wine?
Do you know what? I'll burn inspiration just for the funnies of it. I will burn my inspiration just to say that he is trying to just like get the bouquet and like doing it properly.
Nice.
There, like it. That's more like it. That's more Bogwood with wine.
Bogwood is enjoying this wine. It is, as a connoisseur of wine, the one who drinks the most wine out of the group, I believe. It is.
I believe so. Like it's his drink of choice. Like when everyone's like, "Oh, I'll have an ale," bro was like, "No, I'll have a wine, thank you."
It is a good wine. It's wild bee.
Do I notice anything off about the wine, or is it just normal wine?
It just seems like really, really high quality.
I can't detect anything dodgy in the honey wine.
Not a thing. No, it just tastes really, really nice, and apart from Sam, everybody seems to be dealing with it really well. But Sam is that friend that we all have. Yep.
Just going to go, Sam, for fuck's sake, mate. Hang on.
Nice.
What is Sam singing? No. I want to hear it. Come on, Bard Sam. When I'm Fermit, I have to promote. Do you know? Oh my god! Do you know what's hilarious? That was the song that was in my head.
But you got a dollar.
Literally, that is the song that was in my head. Like Sam just going there, son will come. I'm not even kidding.
While Sam is singing that song, you all hear another
Fucking
voice.
hell.
There's a voice from around the vicinity of Sam. He's doing lovely harmonies with that song.
Tomorrow, bet your bottom dollar that's.
It'll be great.
There'll be sun.
I mean, but that Sam is still pretty drunk, so I mean, part
It's
of
Sam
me,
doing his own backing vocals.
yeah, part of me feels like the 28 is the performance Sam believes he is
Sam
delivering.
thinks he's giving.
Could you roll another?
He's
Oh,
gonna
no,
get himself back.
Could it be like Ozzy Osbourne? He can't speak, but his singing is unbelievable.
It's not though, is it? Like he's not a good silly.
I beg to differ. I love Ozzy's voice.
Which is still pretty damn good.
I mean, he's not
But,
classically
speaking, or like, yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like he's not classically a good singer. Oh, there's a nat 20 in there.
Stop showing off. Meh, 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 meh.
That's the high note at the end.
What's it called?
No, that's for the high note at the end.
The Sam.
Is
Right.
that possible?
Let's get into this.
Dare you.
While you're all enjoying the wine, Balnan is preparing to leave to head to the capital, sending his messages ahead to ask for a conclave to be called. He arranges horses for you all, or there'll be a carriage which you can sit and ride along.
I named the
And,
horse Battle Pony.
You start heading to the capital, which I did say the name of, which is Enil Shanta. Home tree.
Yeah, in El Shanta. Poultry
Yes.
Capital. I just couldn't remember what it was. I had everything except capital next to it.
I'd always do a little list of different names of different places. So if we go to a new town or village, I can just
I'm just
pull
trying
one
to
out.
take him.
So yeah, after a little while, he gets everything together, and you climb aboard the carriage. The
Cool. We head to the Elven capital.
I remember the name.
Long
of it
rest?
now. Not on a carriage.
Oh, have you
I
been?
mean, as I said, there's no paved roads. It's not a smooth ride. It's through the wilderness. But,
You can't blame a guy for trying.
no, but as you have asked for a meeting to be called, I will skip out one map, and I will put you here.
What the? Oh, that's taken a adjustment of my eyes. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay, so it's the person in the center, presumably the person that we mean to be talking to.
That is the ruler. So that is Quinero is in the center.
Okay.
You're all sat around. Let me just get you guys able to use your tokens, even though I don't think we'll have to move much here. But yes, so you guys take seats.
Sam's not with us.
That is Bob Ballon. Sam's not with you.
No, he's with us, but not walking. I thought this was where we were debate.
No, as you asked for the conclave, then I moved.
We're at the
that way.
conclave now, so based on what the party have previously discussed, neither Dolian nor Sam would be sat with us.
No, so are you? Well, I mean, move yourself to seats anywhere you wish.
I think I'll need to be over
Ooh.
Okay. A male or female elf? Female elf, okay.
So just so you can look at your own boobs.
Probs.
And
Is it? She said, "Is it so you can look at your own boobs?"
Because whether you're male or female, if you had the ability to change sex like that, you would have to look.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, women would want to know how well endowed they were, and men
Hell
would
yeah.
be honking till the cows come home.
Nothing would get done.
Yeah.
That is very true. If you could be a girl for a day, yourself would get done by yourself.
So
Can I ask on the-
I would like to argue with everything you've just said. I like to take players' feedback on. So what we'll say is, while Sam is in this form, disadvantage on all rolls because he's distracted by his new form. I know, but
You're rolling
I
a
mean,
d6 to see how many minutes.
a few minutes. If we say 3, take an average of 3. That's like 30 turns.
Only for an initiative.
Yep, you are now.
Then yes.
I am saying that initiative doesn't necessarily mean combat, does it? Initiative is, I mean, a debate
Not
would be
necessarily.
initiative, wouldn't it?
So, yeah, so that's a
In
good
theory,
point.
yeah.
Well, it could be, but anyway, no, you're not going to have that.
3 minutes IRL time.
Yeah.
You're not going to have his disadvantage. I just thought it'd be. You guys were talking me into it.
Maybe not disadvantage. Maybe just a penalty, -2. It's not disadvantage, and with Sam's pluses for the things that he may or may not need, -2 is not that big of a draw.
So, out of curiosity, as a DM, can I inquire? Are you wishing not? Why you've chosen to move from the seats that Bull Baron has originally asked you to sit? Because that's
Because
why
I'm
you was
assuming
placed
we're
there.
going to be stood up in the middle, giving
We
the
assumed that, yeah, as the talking point of the conclave, we would be at the front to talk to the person that would stand at the front for the
I'll
enemy
sit next to
side.
Bogwood.
Okay, to simplify things a bit for you, Scott, Bogwood is going to be the voice. No. I'm just trying to help for the proceeds.
Greg's going to just stand
Bogwood
there.
is going to be the voice.
As we approach,
Hecknom is Bogwood.
Greg's gonna stand
Greg
there.
is Greg.
He's going to cast Zone of Truth, but make it known that that's what he's doing, so that both parties are fully aware that that's what's happening, and the whole audience is aware that that's what's happening.
And I'm going to hide
Yes.
on the back.
Greg is zone of truthing the area so that nobody present can actively lie.
Which area are you wanting to Zone of Truth?
I'm assuming that the two parties are going to be
Where the
stood up in
speakers will
tunnel.
be.
So it'll just be the speakers that I want to Zone of Truth.
With it being a spell, you need to cast it at a certain place. I would like you to tell me where you're casting it.
Well, I won't be casting it until they're up standing, so I'm assuming they'll both be standing in here. In which case, I'd be stood there casting it, kind of like wherever they're stood.
Okay.
If that, I'm assuming that they're going to be.
If the
stood
person in the center is the person that we're talking to, I'll be standing Hecknom next to me. Greg will be zone of truthing us so that everybody knows that we're not actively lying.
Yeah.
No. I mean, yeah. We will role play it out and see how it goes, because I love you guys thinking, planning, assuming, making choices and decisions. That's amazing.
This is a plan that canonically we will have made on the way or whatever to getting to said conclave.
Yeah, no, I mean, you guys were chatting about it, so you guys have been planning. I love that. So, but all these elves start piling in, all well dressed, really well cared for, hair looking immaculate. They look like you imagine noble elves. You know, every inch of them just perfection as they're
High
walking.
elves, if you will, but not munchy high, societally high.
Predominantly wood elves. Hence the living in the trees and whatnot.
In the trees, yeah. Makes sense.
But obviously, elves are naturally elegant, beautiful, as we've seen all.
Racist.
Yeah. I never said none of the others are beautiful. We know Bogwood has a fancy for gnomes.
For some reason, just because for one session it seemed really funny.
I don't know how that works, like physically, but I mean it works.
Anatomically, yeah. We'll not question the anatomy side of that.
But everybody comes in, takes their seats, and woman in the middle, which is So she stands up and says, "This is Quino Evalthon," and she turns up and says, "I would like to thank you all for making your way."
Downtown.
Thank you. To this meeting that was hastily called.
You're welcome.
I believe Lord Baron has called for this meeting. And Baron will stand up where he has been seated. And he will say, "Yes, I believe I have new evidence which may help in deciding what we do as a race, as a people going forward. I have invited," and he will sort of gesture to those he can see around him.
Okay, let's assume that we were sat with him for this purpose then.
Well, to be fair,
that makes sense. We can always walk. That makes sense. Heck no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dolian just slips away.
Enhance ability
Yes, Dolian just slips away.
On Bogwood as we approach as well to give him Eagle Splendor.
Oh, I don't know.
What does that do?
Advantage on charisma checks.
Cool.
For an hour.
Cool.
I mean, so you all do that, and Baron will introduce you guys and say, these adventurers have been traveling with my son, who you have all met and all know to be true, honorable, and noble. And I believe their words, their experience, their knowledge. I believe it deserves to be listened to. And as Sam says that, a number of the elves look at Sam, look kind of confused. Can I ask who you are? We've had these meetings many times. I've never seen your face here. Who are you? Do you belong here? We've been having these meetings for years. Families, head of families have been coming here. What family are you from? Who are you? What's your name? I'm sure I will know who you are. And then, as you say, the others will turn around and say, looking at you confused. Who are you? You people have been invited here. Who are you? I have friends who I've been friends with for many, many years. You don't see me inviting my friends here. This is for the nobles. This is for the people who decide the fate of the elves. You have no worth here. You have no say. Your opinions mean nothing to me. Yeah, well, I mean, these are nobles and they don't recognize you. I suggest you do. If you remain at this conclave, I will have to bring this up with those in charge, because if you are not meant to be here, you will be escorted from this place immediately.
Question: is this in earshot of the rest of us?
This is pretty. Yeah, but they will not be speaking in hushed tones. As Sam was saying that, people looked at the person who, in their eyes, doesn't belong here.
So is this in earshot of the rest of us sat by?
I would believe everybody
Barnard?
sat there would be able to hear this.
Can I whisper to Hecnom then? These guys are dicks. We should probably just kill them all.
Fucking genocide. We can't do that.
I want to whisper it. I want to whisper that specifically to Hecnom. These guys are dicks. We should probably just kill them all.
I don't think that's.
I don't want to
probably a
see what
good
Hecnom
idea.
says.
I think maybe we should hear them out before we go to genocide.
But they're dicks. They're bad people.
It's always. The land lies.
I will ask you a question then. So, if let's say the what would it be? Not the commons. What's the other one? The lords. You know, who all know each other for years and go there to make decisions. So if they all got together and some random person that no one has ever seen before turns up, they wouldn't be being dicks by questioning whether somebody should be in the House of Lords.
Sometimes.
No, but Bogward would think that they were being dicks because they were being rude. And Bogward is a very simple fellow.
Yeah, oh no, I get that, but I mean, they see it as somebody sneaked in a secret meeting. Well, I did
15 or so.
I didn't want to make enough tokens to fill the whole place out because that'd have been a bit. No, but he wouldn't be there because his dad is the head of the Baron family. It's like the heads of the nobles of all. I love the plan, guys.
I understand exactly where you're coming from, and it makes perfect sense. Bograd's comment is these guys are all being dicks. Let's just kill them all. That's Bograd's response to a very rational response to a randomer turning up at a party and people being rude to them because Bograd's like, well, that's my friend and they're being rude to them, so let's just kill everybody. I'm not saying it's not Bograd saying he's going to start punching people to death. It's just, I wanted to whisper it specifically to Hecknom to see what Hecknom would say. That's the only reason I said it, just to see what Hecknom's response would be.
The killing for when things kick off, Bograd.
Okay.
So,
See, Hecknom's talking Bograd down.
But then all eyes, apart from you guys, all eyes will be staring at Sam at the moment, or the person Sam is disguised himself into, and everyone will be staring, looking at this person who doesn't belong in this place.
Can
The
Bograd
party
whisper
have been
to
invited.
Hecknom and Greg and say, should we join in and say, spy, cast them out, on the assumption that Sam can disappear and sneak back in?
We also knew here. We best not get involved.
Can I
cast calm emotions?
Yeah, I mean, you could cast calm emotions.
Just on the people around Sam. I know we'll do everybody. The 20-foot cube around Sam, mainly the one that was originally getting hostile with him.
DC 28 persuasion check by Sam to join it.
I'm not going to roll you. I'll say you're able to calm the emotions there. Tensions start dropping, so these people will be there.
Can I use
the one who's been aggressive will say, I do apologise if that was a little aggressive. It's just we're not used to seeing strangers at places like this. I'm afraid I must insist you leave unless you can prove you have been invited here.
Give a chance to talk.
Sam wanting to come back as Sam, or Sam's leaving and just hiding in the trees?
You could come back as Sam and just join
Sam has
the
been
rest of us.
invited to the conclave. It's just random people. Cool. Sorry, it was good. Whatever he was planning, I do apologise if there was any plans. It just
No, it's fine.
It's just
Can Bograd turn to Sam and go, Sam, it's fine, just come up with me and Hecknom.
Can I use that confusion with Sam being like turfed out to like put my hood up and like effectively try and hide a bit more into my surroundings, be less conspicuous?
You could try. There's not a lot of places to hide. If you imagine, like a amphitheater, like say these are all seats that are raised.
I'm
one
okay.
space in the middle.
If you'd allow me then to cast Silent Image on myself to take the form of the exact seat I'm sitting in. So I'm surrounded. I'm casting Silent Image on myself.
Yeah.
And it's creating the illusion that I'm not there.
Will
you link the spell just so I can
see
the wording?
Because I don't know if... camouflage and she is.
Aye.
Yeah.
Like them people that stand by trees while wearing cardboard pictures of trees, and they really blend in.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm on about, don't you?
15-foot cube is big enough.
Oh no, it's big enough. I'm just trying to think.
Purely visible.
Yeah, but like, if you imagine, if I have this chair here and I make a silent image of this chair here, where I'm sat, would the chair then be where I am? So therefore, it'd look like a chair on top of a chair. You've not, because I know you're saying you're trying to make yourself look invisible, but does that make a person invisible? Silent image?
It's not trying to make the image of the chair. It's trying to make an image of the environment where he is sat, so that it looks like it's an empty seat.
Yeah. I mean, because it's a cool idea, I will allow it now because I like you guys thinking and trying to be creative. So creative thought deserves some
That's
reward. So I will allow it. Then yeah, you all that commotion's going on. Sam's walking out. Everybody's watching, and you cast certain image, and you do that at the back of this over here, while everyone else is watching Sam walk down the path here. So yeah, you can do that, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Second time I've used that spell.
And so after that all's gone on, Bol Baron will stand back up again and say, after that strange occurrence there, I call among the folk who go by the name of the heroes of Evalthon to stand and deliver this information to you. And so those who wish to speak can stand from their position and speak to the gathering, the conclave.
If you may, my lady, Grisreg, hi. I like to cast Stone of Truth so everybody know that nobody telling lies when we speak. Is that okay?
If that's what you wish to do, I will not stand against that. If we hope everybody here speaks the truth, that's the way we do business. But if you wish to prove to everyone without a doubt that you are speaking the truth, then yes, feel free to cast your spell.
Thank you. I cast it here, and thank you. So we'll stand there, and I'll cast Stone of Truth.
So those who wish to speak on behalf of the party, as you've been invited to stand up and stake your claim, to speak your truth.
Okay. Bogward will take the forefront and say, sorry, what was the name of the guy that is the Baneite that we're something like Kevin. Kevin Crimson Guard. Kevan Crimson Guard.
Kevin Murgard.
Is he there? Have we seen
Murgard,
him? Has he been
Murgard.
introduced?
How big is the 15-foot ring?
Bogward will definitely go, I am here to speak with a Kevan Murgard.
Oh, it's going to be pretty much this whole circle, isn't it?
Essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why it's just so I know where it is, that's all. It's the whole circle.
And he, as is the way things are done here, those that speak stand. So he will stay sat down, but he will. All eyes are on you. But I will say, roll me a perception. Just one of you wants to roll perception after Bogwood says that.
Whoever is the most wise.
It's not going to be much of a surprise, I think, because...
Wisdom saves has a... is it a wisdom? Oh, it's not a wisdom save, is it?
I think I'll use some inspiration.
Yay!
No, wisdom saves have advantage with Hero's Feast.
Yeah.
It's just a perception.
But that's not a wisdom save. It's a perception check.
Yeah, no, that's why I stopped.
Yeah.
That's better.
There we go.
With a 19, so Hecdom, you notice one or two eyes after Bogwood says that. Look in this...
Is one of them the dude in the big black circle?
Well, I made these tokens like a few weeks ago, so... But yeah, they're looking in this direction here. Is what Hecdom notices. Only Hecdom notices that, though, because Bogwood's doing his
Mr.
feast.
I call you down to face me man to man.
And you'll hear a bit of murmuring and a bit of chatting going, and
I've put myself in the middle. I've put myself in the middle of the arena, Mr.
As you-
Murgard. I call you down to face me man to man.
as you all step closer to the center of this circle where the leader of the elves are, you are going to see a number of guards start stepping closer because, as was instructed at the beginning, they ask you just to stand to deliver your signature. So the fact you're walking closer to this,
I'm
the
going to
ruler
do
here.
something very, very anti-Bogrud. I'm going to remove my gauntlets, which are my obviously apparent weapons,
Oh yeah.
and stow them, and stand hands out and raised, and just call him down to face me man to man.
So as you say that,
To talk.
I am going to say Quilliman Crimson Guard, which is this gentleman here, looks as splendid and regal and well dressed as all the rest of the nobles here. It does seem to be about will stand up. I ask, is this how we do business here? This is a conclave where we all come to discuss things. There's no hostilities. There is no aggression shown here. We do not call people forward to meet accusers. We speak words here. My friend Kevin here has no problems answering any questions you have if they are directed at him, but it is not normal place for us to
Is
have to
someone
stand.
afraid to step into zone of truth? That's not very nice.
We've never had need for zone of truth in any of our
Greg,
conclaves
Greg,
for hundreds
please.
of years.
Greg, please.
We have
Greg,
a way of
please.
doing things here, and you people have come from outside. You are not noble born elves. You are here to speak on behalf of Lord Balbaron, and you hear a little bit of distaste in his tone as he says that. He's bring you here as witnesses, and you are making a farce of our conclave. You are changing what we have done, the way we do things.
If you have nothing to fear, if you have nothing to hide, if you are not afraid, you will step.
I lost Graham.
Oh, bad timing.
Awful
You will
time.
step and freeze.
And guard, as I have mine,
Graham,
Graham, we've missed
I'll gesture-
all
I'll-
that
yeah.
step.
We lost you when you said, I ask you to step.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yes,
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can,
Yep.
yes.
Okay. It'll say, I ask you to stand merely as a man. If you are not afraid and are not dishonest, you will enter this zone of truth. Speak honestly, openly, and freely. By all means, bring your guard, as I have mine. And he'll gesture to Hecdom, who is obviously still armed, but I'm not, and I'm stood hands raised in sort of, obviously open, I'm not an armed combatant, whatever. And discuss this issue with me.
And as you finish that, you hear just like hushed voices chattering amongst these nobles here, because this is so different to what's been going on. And
Can I add, whilst I hear the hushed murmurs, I appreciate this is not the norm for this conclave. However, the situation we are here to discuss is not the norm. This is a global, I guess. He won't say I guess. He'll just say global. A global conflict that needs to be resolved. Enter these peace talks willingly, openly and honestly, and show that you do not mean hostility. To refuse is a refusal of common ground. So please, and Bogrod will just gesture to the spot in front of him.
So Quinlo will, who obviously is the lead voice here, the leader, will turn to both Kevin and to Quilliman and say, as this man says, this definitely not the way we would normally hold these conclaves, but these people are here by Ball Baron's request, and he is the one who has called this meeting. So I will ask you to please step into the center.
Acquiesce.
And perhaps we can find out what they have to tell us. But I will ask my guards to stand in between, as we do not want any bloodshed here. This is not a place for violence. This is a place where we discuss things as civilized elves. And so these two guards will come stand in front of you two.
Yeah. For whatever it's worth, Bogrod will say, I agree to said terms if
these two
he also does.
Begrudgingly will step closer. I'll say they're close enough to be in the zone of truth, but they're not getting as close as you probably want them to. But they will step into the center.
As long as they're within the zone, I'm happy.
What is the safer zone of truth?
20.
20.
Charisma?
Save? DC 20?
A charisma saving throw.
Yeah, DC 20 charisma save.
I will know if they've passed it or not.
I will roll them in the open. So this will be Hillerman, the first one.
Head honcho.
So he rolls a 9.
So he can't actively lie on purpose.
Yep.
I can't believe he's trying to resist it.
Well, no, he's just stepping in. This isn't the way things are normally done, so there's.
No, that's fine.
Roll 2 9s.
Woo!
Yeah, so they both step in, and as they do,
I may disappear and may not be back if you can hear my girl.
Yeah.
Oh yes, because Pegs isn't there, is she?
No.
Right.
Daddy.
If you don't come back, it's fine. We will.
We all
work
Yes.
around it. We will work around it. It's fine.
May the odds be ever in your favour.
So yeah, they step into the zone of truth, ready to listen to what you have to say.
Okay.
Just to
who's to
make
go
everybody
first?
in crowd aware, everybody here is strictly in zone of truth.
Thanks, Greg.
You're welcome.
For Scott's benefit, because Craig has now had to adjourn, maybe permanently, Hecknom's purpose is to insight check their answers to determine whether or not they're evading the truth,
And then
as opposed to specifically lying.
Yeah.
Graham, can't you just swap him out with Sam and just say that Sam went up with him?
Yes, we will swap Hecknom out with Sam if that's doable, because it makes it easier for this purpose.
And especially as Sam came back before you all moved seats, then I will allow
He
that.
definitely disguised himself as Hecknom, and just for the purposes of the next 20 minutes. Okay, so Bogrod is a tactical mind, not a diplomatic mind. So would not be 100% sure how these things go. So he will turn to the lady at the top, whose name I constantly keep forgetting.
Quinro.
Quinn Rowe. Right. See, the thing is, I kept thinking Quinzel, and I'm like, no, that's Angela's character from the other session, and we do not want her here.
I live with her 24/7.
We'll turn to Quinn Rowe and say, do I go first?
You have asked these people to step forward to hear what you have to say and respond, so you have the floor, sir.
Thank you. And I'm very sorry. Remind me again, Murgard, right? Murgard.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Mr. Murgard, what is Bane's business in this land? What does he desire? What does he ask of the Elven people? And what does he offer in recompense?
I'm just going to put the names in for you because it might be easier.
No, that's fine, thank you. It's just so I can remember because there's a lot of names flying around. And I don't take notes, which I really should, but I don't.
We all carry it out in that regard, don't you worry.
The problem is, I don't normally ask questions. I just punch things.
Well, Bogart has been exploring his peaceful side recently in the Dwarven lands. So it makes sense.
I'm trying to not just punch things.
Oh, that's no.
So to that, Kevin Husband. My Master Bane, rightful ruler of Evalthon, extends to the elves the opportunity of becoming allies with him, where it will see both sides prosper. That is all he offers.
Is that Murgard done?
Yeah, he will answer you.
So your master offers allyship for prosperity.
Yes.
And should the elves choose not to ally and request independence, what then?
As I said, my Lord Bane is the rightful ruler of all of Evalthon. It is his birthright. It's where he belongs. It's where he should be. There is no current true ruler of all of Evalthon. There are these mock votes, however many years apart, where you elect a leader. That is not what a real leader is. A real leader has royal blood, has the blood of leadership running through his veins. That is what my master is. If you do not wish to align with him, then that is the elf's choice. But his aim is to reclaim what is rightfully his, and that is to rule over all of Evalthon, which includes the Elven lands.
I put it to you, good elves in attendance of this conclave. Bane is using an outdated, an archaic claim to leadership, which has not been enacted for centuries. Whether it was justified in the past or not, whether it was taken by force, an assumed leadership of the entire nation, that he owns the entire land that you have all been settled upon and living in for centuries as his own. As someone who has been to and freed 3 nations afore today from his tyrannical rule, is demanding subservience or death.
Big words.
And you are willing to kowtow to that for what? Some vain feigned prosperity, of assumed freedom. No. We say no. We say to hell with Bane and his assumed opinion that he is entitled to rule this entire land. And his response is subservience or death. What say that to you, Mr. Murgard?
As Bogwood is delivering that speech, as he finishes, most of the folk on this side, you will see them stand and cheer to what Bogwood is delivering. Very much like you see in the House of Commons, while this side
Yeah,
are all going to stand up and all be booing and jeering and, don't listen, he's talking rubbish. And it is, you can see there is two sides here. And but after you deliver that wonderful speech, Murgard will actually turn to Quinero and say, Quinero, you have been in charge of the Elven lads for how long? And she will say, I've been 130 years. Thank you. Your father, who was also in charge and ruled over the Elven lands, how long did his reign last? And she will reply, 300 years himself. Your grandparents, how long did they rule over the Elven lands? And she will answer these questions going back hundreds of years, and they will just turn to everyone and say, our brutist friend here talks about an outdated system, but that is the system that operates everywhere in Evalthon. The leader here, their bloodline has been in control of all of Locria for longer than any of us can remember. It is the way things have always been done. Those people that take leadership and control and have the ability to rule a kingdom don't do so by chance, no. From a young age, they are trained in the manner of ruling lands to making their lands prosperous. It is not something anyone can just take on. My Lord Bane has been studying since he could speak. He has been taught by the greatest minds that we know of. People who have been around him for his whole life and were there for his parents, their parents before. They have taught him the ways of Evalthon, of all the lands. He is not a stupid man. He is intelligent. He does not do this because he has a whim of leadership. He does this because leadership has been thrust upon him through blood, through heritage, and he has trained his whole life for this. You, Quinro, you were taught by your parents how to rule, and rule you do, and rule very well. I say to you, you are speaking of things you do not understand. There used to be a king of all of Evalthon, but that line has been broken. The only way Evalthon can truly be one realm again is under a rightful king. That is all Bane wishes to do, to unite all of Evalthon under one controlling voice, so everybody is working together. Doesn't sound like a bad person to me. And after he finishes, the opposite sides cheer and boo, as what happened with Bogwood's speech. And you do see that logic in his argument as he sees logic in yours. You're both speaking passionately and both making excellent points.
was the floor passed to me again, I assume.
But you can speak now if you wish. Yeah, you can.
I don't really know how this is going to. I'm asking you, Scott. Like, is it now
Yeah.
my turn to
Yeah,
put another
yeah,
passionate argument again?
It is. Yeah, we'll keep going backwards and forwards. I mean, if anybody else, because the whole party was actually.
I'm getting
present,
into the RP for once.
So yeah, please go again.
Whilst I respect your argument, I'm going to assume they call them Mister in this realm, Mr. Murgard. You speak of a man whose family has, to my knowledge, no claim to the throne aside dominance. This realm may at one time have been ruled by a king, a fair king, a true king, who ruled the realm honestly, openly, and fairly, who had this realm through nature of birthright to which you speak. Madam Evanthon, your father may have been the ruler of the Elven lands, his father may have been the ruler of the Elven lands, and his father may have been the ruler of the Elven lands, going back millennia upon millennia upon millennia. However, what is the requirement for ruling your own lands? And Bograd will do that with open air quotes.
Fireworks.
When you have, yeah, no, I saw that. Where you have, let's call it dominance or controllership or ownership of your own place, afforded to you by Bane, who has decided to allow you to rule your own lands upon his terms. Should you conflict with his terms, he will wipe you out in an instant. We have been through the Orcish lands, the home of my own people, where my own family were massacred by Bane. My associate just over there, Mr. Grezreg, who is casting this zone of truth to prevent me from lying to you. His mother was murdered. His sister would have been murdered had we not freed her. My wife and son were eviscerated. Your family, should you not bow down to the tyrannical rule of Bane, will be massacred. That is not a lie. That is not a fallacy. That is not an exaggeration. That is what will happen. It's happened to me. It happened to my friend Grezreg's mother. We went to the Gnomish lands. We freed them from Bane's tyrannical rule. They are free people now. We can introduce you to them. We went to the Dwarvish lands. We saved their entire populace. Or at least what remained of it after Bane was done with them, because they would not bow to his role. Concentration is Constitution saving throw. If you take damage, other than that, you don't need to roll for it, by the way, Angela.
All right, I'm just thinking about his mum is his concentration going elsewhere.
Oh, only, I mean, if that's psychic damage, yeah. According to Scott, you might have to roll.
Yeah, it's only when you take damage. I mean, it's stuff like that. If you want to say anytime that
Greg might lose his concentration.
Emotions have caused Greg to. That's on you.
Emotional damage.
Oh, don't use that.
I will never ask you to if that's going to happen. But if you guys want to say that happens for your characters, then I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Whatever. But sorry, carry on.
We made it to the Dragonborn lands. However, Bane's hold was too strong. and the few of us that were willing and able to fight could not supersede his forces there. So whatever is happening in those lands, painfully we were unable to resolve. So we came here to do what we can to protect your people from falling subservient. Now, I appreciate maybe we could have gotten here sooner. Maybe we could have gotten here first. But it was not an issue of who is better or where should we go first. When faced with an impossible choice, what should we do? Bane and his followers, Mr. Murgard himself included, to our understanding, are evil. We bear, as a team, the weapons of the heroes of old, a renowned group of people in the history of Evalthon, destined to protect the land. So I put it to you, noble houses of elves, supporters of Bane over there, who I can see cheering in support of Mr. Murgard, that you are supporting the wrong people. They will not give you the freedom you think that you are owed, you think that you will get, you think that you deserve. Support us, and you will have the freedom you are entitled to by rights of being free people. We do not seek to indenture your people. We seek only support in our strife against a tyrannical dictator seeking to take control of the entire land, bearing full in mind we currently have the support of at least 3 nations. So who here is supporting a tyrannist? The people that have the support of 3 free lands? Or the person that supports a leader trying to dictate control of every land?
Persuasion check with advantage after these speeches.
Was going to go. I am loving
I'm
it.
surprised
Yeah,
it took that long to be asked for.
No, because I often find in my own
I have
headspace,
situation, just FYI.
No, but I often find in my own headspace, like, if you do a good enough job in your arguments, you don't need to roll because
Which is fair.
you're role playing.
The argument itself is persuasive enough.
And if you're role playing it and doing your best to role play it and you're doing as great job as you're doing, you roll a nat 1, all that goes to shit because you rolled a nat 1 and it goes on a dice
Yeah,
roll,
that's really unfair.
rather than just giving you the
Can I
enjoying
please?
it.
Can I please
Can I
hedge an
cast
argument
guidance
for
on him?
performance rather than persuasion?
What do you have? Oh, you have advantage on charisma checks already, don't you?
I've got advantage
Yep.
because you gave me it. I have it anyway, but can I have it regardless of, can I have performance rather than persuasion?
I tell you what, again, no, what I'm happy to do because of the RPing-ness of it all, I'm happy to give you double inspiration, so you get to roll 3 dice. Double inspiration doesn't happen very often, but a double advantage, sorry.
So three persuasions with as asked by Angela guidance.
Yep.
I'll use my meta magic.
So I can
are you wanting to do guidance, Angela?
Yeah, I'll use my meta magic to make it a 30-foot reach.
Crick said no. Crick said no. Crick said no.
Why are you whispering like that at the side of your mouth?
Crick said no.
Would guidance cancel out zone of truth?
Well, I mean, I'd need Greg to decide what Greg's going
Oh,
to do
yes, okay.
because Again, if Greg was deciding
Zone
to
of
do
truth
that,
is in concentration.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
Uh,
fine. I didn't realise it was concentration. My
Games
apologies.
is concentration. Wow.
yeah, that's why
So
I
I
asked straight
have-
away.
guys-
if you
so I
really
have-
do it.
Guidance is concentration.
Yeah.
Zone of truth.
So I
isn't.
have triple advantage on a 0 persuasion check.
Yeah, triple advantage. I mean, so that 3 dice. So I mean,
And then the plus
I mean,
4 for
that's a
guidance.
3 in 60 chance, so it's still a 1 in 20 chance of being a 20. It's the same
It's
difference.
five
It makes
they say advantage is like having a +5 to your
Yeah, so
roll.
it's
Is
15%
it,
chance.
no, is this
No.
concentration?
I mean, right, okay. First persuasion, second persuasion,
No, I would like to cast.
and so 18, 18, 7.
Zone of Truth is not concentration.
Okay. So yeah, if you can cast guidance, yeah. So that gives Graham a +4.
D4.
And
D4, sorry.
18 plus 1d4.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not much extra. I'm just checking for it, but it doesn't say concentration anywhere on it.
Guidance
Guidance
is
is-
zone of truth.
I mean, it's a
and-
3, so
Yeah,
that,
guidance is,
that,
but
that
Zone
that's a
of Truth is
21. So you
that's a
have been tagged
21.
along.
21.
So as you finish, again, we're going to hear the cheers from this side. 1 second, I'm on the wrong thing. I didn't mean to do that.
What was
Cheers
that?
on this side.
Hecknom casts poison spray.
And this side, there is a notable sound decrease on their booing. Is a few of these people are starting to listen to Bogwood's argument and are starting to at least give it some thought. They're not just blindly listening to what they've been thinking before. But in response, so Murgard will say, "War is not a safe place for anybody. You have lost people, you say. In any war, there are people who lose their lives. But how do people get power? How did any of the houses here gain their power? Originally, somebody somewhere took that power, took the leadership. They didn't take that through words. They took that from the end of a sword. They put the people weaker than them below them and took leadership. That is all my master is doing himself. He doesn't want to have a war. If you are keen to save elf lives, that is what my master offers you. He asks you to join him. I will say I am going to finish it in about after this little speech if you want to, but if you need to go, Kat. And he's going to say, but he's offering you the chance to live. He offers you freedom. That was the terms when I arrived. This is what I have been preaching. You will have control of your own lands. He will not invade. He will not take a single elvish life. He wants you as an ally. These other people, these other races that you speak about, perhaps they were given the same choice and decided not to take such options. And if you defy the rightful leader, as in my eyes Bane is, and again, Bane doesn't see himself as a leader just because he fancies it. He believes it is ordained. He believes he has guidance from those more powerful than any mere mortal. He believes he has the how shall I put it? He has the power of the gods. Of somebody has told him he is the future king, and that is where his future lies.
Somebody told him. Huh.
And if Greg says it out loud, he says, nobody said those mere words, but divine intervention, I believe, is the right word. Somebody, something more powerful than anybody here has been leading Bane. The Banes in general for centuries. He wishes nothing but peace. If everybody in Evalthon would surrender to his rule, nobody need to die. Those who wish to stand up for their own beliefs and put them above, not just their beliefs, but their own power, their own agendas above who I believe is rightfully king of Evalthon, then those people are standing against the rightful king. The king will punish those people who stand against him. He is not doing anything untoward, anything evil. He is acting the same as you would if somebody came in here now and tried to kill all of you, or tried to take your power, take your leadership, take your authority. He's just trying to reclaim the seat he believes he belongs to. And he has many followers who believe so. The Dragonborn, there hasn't been a war in the Dragonborn lands in Nostrum. They agreed to Bane's rule. The Emberskin clan rose to power with Bane, and now the place you say you have been. It runs perfectly. Bread is baked every morning. Butchers are selling meat. It's a fully working town. I put it to you that the greatest way to save elven lives and elven lands is to join Bane. I have not threatened you with war. These strangers have come in here, and they are the ones talking about war and fighting. I have came and said, Bane asks for you to join him. And as he's saying that,
A rebuttal.
there is a streak of green light. I'll just do it in a better position. Oh, why is it not working? That comes out of nowhere. It's not going far enough and hits Quinro as this is all going on, who is no longer surrounded by her own guards as they step forward. And you all hear a horrible sound as she squeals in pain and drops to the ground. And we will end the session there. Yes.
No.
Yes.
That's fine.
End the session there.
End the session there. That's fine. End the session there. Yep.
Very good, Scott.
Oh, well
Well done,
done.
everybody.
I fucking
Well done,
love that,
everybody. Well
guys.
done, Graham.
Thank you. Sorry, what?
Very, very fun
Sorry,
that
what?
was.
Yeah, thank you. Night cat.
In the chat, Cat.
Night
Thank
cat.
you.